Good morning, Fantasy Balls team managers. We're here. We're late. I know. I'm glad everybody understood. Nobody bitched at me in the group chat. Travel, you know? I appreciate y'all for your patience. But of course I'm not going to skip. Think I'm going to skip Rivalry Week? Hell no, dog. So here we are. We're going to go over Rivalry Week, Week 11. Lot to discuss here. Because we start with the game of the week. And the game of the week was, of course, myself versus John. The long-awaited matchup of the alleged crimes against John Cornobus. No evidence to support, just John thinking John things, thinking the league's out to get him. No substantial proof, no evidence to support the claim. And this was John's chance to kind of show up, make his case known. I don't know what case, but make his side known. Make it known, that he's not a fan of the alleged discrimination to John K. Sex. And John came out and he showed. He did. River's being weird, man. He's doing some weird stuff. It's like he's not used to being home. Anyway, he's sniffing his cage. He's like, and the guy that watched him took the cage, so it's not like maybe he's sniffing the other person's house in this house and it's confusing. I don't know. He's being weird. Anyway, John showed up. John's team showed up. Had a really big week, which is tough, because I feel that my team also showed out this week. Team has been struggling of late. I've been down in the dumps. I've been real good boy. Finally laid down and is okay. My team's been down in the dumps, been struggling. Out of playoff contention, I imagine. Contention. I don't even know if that's true. I'm assuming it is. No, not officially, but I'll get to that. So John put up 182. Hard to compete with 182 points. But, he did it. And not even his optimal lineup. He had a 31 on the bench from Calvin Ridley. And he had 22 from DJ Moore, while Garrett Wilson put up 0.9. So John could have went a whole lot higher in this one. 21 from the Bills defense. I know this is like 2 weeks ago, basically, because week 12 is hot and heavy already. 4 games? 3 on Thanksgiving, 1 yesterday on Black Friday. So, thinking back a little while. Anyway, I'm just way too long in this one game. But John showed up, 182 points to my 144. We had 2 people in the league say that John should be forgiven for his sins of, saying that he'd send the chug Wednesday night, which he did not. Legally, midnight ends Wednesday night. I don't care. According to whatever, that's maybe not legally the word, but whatever. You know what I mean. John sent it sometime early hours of Thursday. However, today is John's birthday. Don't know what week it would apply to. I really wanted to just subtract 100 from his score from my matchup, just to push his narrative and really piss him off. But the league voted, not even the whole league, just 2 people said John was okay. And it's his birthday, so I decided against it. John wins this round and gets the W, moves to 6-5. So I guess congrats, John. Doesn't prove anything though. Next, we had a really good matchup between Justin Runge and Griffin Wallach, separated by 2 points, 2.42 points to be exact. Very close game, 116.48 to 114.06. I hope I did that math in my head right off the fly. Real close game is what we love to see. Griff, unfortunately, way too late in the season for him to make a push. But this is, a competitive team all of a sudden, and Griff's really pushing. Return of the King moves to 8-3 and is still second in the Upstate Division. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that as playoffs are rapidly approaching. Then we move to Barclays Thunder Thighs, wins 140 to 129 over Jake and the Honey Badgers, who moved to 6-5, still in third place in the Upstate Division, still right there in playoff contention. It's one of those weeks, man. Eddie's team has been, ebbs and flows. Scored 140 this week, moves to 9-2. Is he a fraud? Is he not a fraud? Can they only show up? I think playoffs. Obviously, Eddie's gonna make it. I'm pretty sure he's clinched. Again, I'll get into that. I feel like it's gonna show if he's a fraud or not when he's, playing these other teams. But whatever. Next we move into Chumba versus Brochard. Good chatter here among the boys. The Will Golder Bowl, let's call it. Good chatter among the boys. Chumba comes out with the W, though. Brochard not even cracking triple digits. Just a underwhelming week from just about everybody. Only 2 players that broke double digits. DK Metcalf had 20 points. Josh Allen had 22. Everybody else had less than 10. Really hard to win a game when your boys are playing like that, which is unfortunate because this is, of any week, was like a week that Chumba looked vulnerable, A.J. Brown, 1.8 points. Aaron Jones, 2.7 points. T.J. Hawkinson, 9 points. Lockett, 10 points. Tyreek Hill still had 30. It's going to happen. But, Jalen Hurts only had 18. So, a lot of Chumba's guys not scoring what they normally score. But Brochard was not able to capitalize on said moment. Chumba moves to 8-3, still first place in the Upstate Division, and Brochard falls to 5-6, third in the Long Island Division. We'll get a standings update real soon because playoffs again right around the corner. Last game, widest margin of victory. Alec, the Seattle Sucker Punchers, 133 over Upstate New York Sucks Connor Donlin at 87 points. That means Connor owes us a chug for this week. Should be done by the end of the weekend. Connor falls to 1-10, almost as embarrassing as John's baseball performance, honestly. But what are we gonna say? Bijan Robinson, really just getting nickeled and dimed by the fucking Falcons. I know he didn't play that week, but like that's Connor's first round pick, and they're not using him. So real unfortunate. But great week from Alec, putting up 133. Pretty good performances. Quentin Johnson still in his starting lineup, even though he's buns. Jake Ferguson not having too hot of a week, but still performing well. Jamar Gibbs finally kind of had a strong week. I don't remember how he did this week. Oh, not too bad. Only 11 points on Thanksgiving. But still, good week for Alec. Hard to beat Alec, especially with Christian McCaffrey. Not too hard, obviously, but, Christian McCaffrey basically every week is putting up numbers. Don't know what I'm saying anymore at this point. Quick standings update. What the fuck kind of Tims? Sorry, the ads just popped up on ESPN. The Tims look fucking ugly as fuck. Anyway, we have 2 teams that have clinched the playoff spot. Neither of them have clinched number 1 seed, apparently, according to ESPN. Barclays Thunder Thighs, Eddie Cramsey, has clinched a playoff spot. I'm guessing if Eddie wins this week, then he will clinch the number 1 seed at 9-2, and then the next best, John, at 6-5. John would have to win out. Eddie would have to lose out for that to change. I don't see it happening, so Eddie is likely the number 1 seed, but it's possible that he does not clinch said number 1 seed. Chumba, a lot harder battle to clinch the number 1 seed. He has clinched a playoff spot, but he is tied with Justin Runge at 8-3, who interestingly enough did not clinch a playoff spot. Must be because of the head-to-head record. Not guaranteed to get into the playoffs. And then Connor has been eliminated officially not making the playoffs. Griff still has a chance apparently, actually. So maybe Griff could make a playoff push. Maybe it's not too late. Um, but yeah, that's our standings update right now. If we go to the projected playoff bracket, we have Eddie at the number 1 seed, Chumbo with the other number 1 or the 2 seed, and then it would be Jake, John, Alec, and Justin Runge to make the playoffs. So that is our current playoff picture. We will see how it goes. As for this week, games have already started. We're in full swing. Some people have already been popping off. Games I think are going to turn out to be a lot different than they look right now. For like example, actually maybe not Connor. Connor kind of blows. But a lot of people have a lot of spots left to play versus, like, for example, myself. We'll pull myself up. Down 50 points. I have 7 to play. Brochard only has 4 to play. So that happens a couple times. It happens in Connor's game, and also in, actually that's only 2 people difference. But whatever. Game of the week. I'm way out of it right now. This is like doing this on a Friday. Doing this on a Saturday. Not used to it. Game of the week, Chumba versus Justin Runge. Both tied at 8-3. First in the Upstate Division, second in the Upstate Division. Game of the week. Already quite the spread. Chumba's got 61.2 points. Runge's got 25.8. Chumba's only has 5 people left to Runge's 7, right? So there could be some discrepancies there. But we'll see. We'll find out. That's going to be a big game. Again, it's hard to beat Chumba this year with his fucking 4 guys that just pop off every week, apparently. So that is a recap. That was Rivalry Week. Interesting games. Great chatter in the chat, boys. Only this week and 2 more weeks before playoffs. So really coming down to it. Shit's really coming down to it. And remember, buy-in was what, $25 each? That's $225 to the winner of the league. So that's a pretty penny for some of us, right? I'd take it. I know it's in my bank account right now, but I'd take it. I have a separate bank account. Ooh, let me pull that up. I have a separate bank account for all of our league money that goes into it, right? Let's see. It actually still has all the baseball money because I was able to pay out just on Venmo, so it still has all the baseball money. We have made $7.15 in interest from our leagues. So, league is making money, boys. We are profitable. We're more profitable than the WNBA. Let's go. And on that note, I'm going to leave. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We will see what happens tomorrow. Best of luck to all.